Welcome everyone to the Nerd Nook. I'm your host, Evan Teague, and with me like always is my thundering friend, Noah Bailey. So they finally did it. After all this time, they finally released the teaser trailer for Thor Love and Thunder.
They did.
And not that I had any doubts, but that's gonna be a good movie.
Whenever you're watching a trailer and you're like audibly laughing, that's a good sign.
Not just laughing, I got literal goosebumps. Like it helps that Sweet Child of Mine by Guns N' Roses is my second favorite song of all time. But when that chorus kicked in and like just the imagery of just like it's gonna be good. It's gonna be a fantastic movie.
I'm very excited. I like how it's going. It's very much feeling full circle for Thor, like after everything, and like, he's just kind of finding his way through with all that's happened. We see him doing the battle ropes and the the fat suit, which I'm like, oh, thank goodness they got rid of that.
Yeah. Yeah, my guess is that the first 5 or so minutes of the movie is essentially going to be a montage of him like working off that to probably like set to a song with not Child of Mine, something like that.
No, or like the Rocky theme song or something. Like,
yeah,
just going for it.
But yeah, like it's it's going to be very interesting watching him, try to find out, like you said, his superhero days are over, but he's still trying to figure out like what is his place in the universe. Like at first he tries hanging out with the Guardians for a while, being a hero in that way, but he realizes that's not really fulfilling anymore. So like kind of going around doing whatever and finding Olympus. That's gonna be fun.
Right?
Yeah.
The Guardians are back. There, that's that scene where you just look at the people you love.
Not me.
It's just little stuff like that. We're just like, I'm gonna love this movie so much. Like it just looks smart, but a lot of fun. But it's also gonna tell a good story. It's like
And I don't know when this happened, but at some point, the MCU collectively just decided, hey, our movies can look really pretty again. They used to look really good back in phase 1 and some of phase 2. And for kind of recently, they've gotten the whole, like, still looking good, but, like, looking a little samey. Even ones like Guardians 2 and Thor Ragnarok still have this, like, weird, like, weird, like, kind of, like, filter over that makes things look a little duller than they should. But, like, this movie pops. Oh, my goodness.
Dude, the colors, like, hit you in the face. Like, that's the first thing I know. So I was just like, good. Like, this like hurts. Like looking at this.
Like Thor just walking through that like, all that fire and him sitting at that tree with like the sunset, like just man.
I'm really feeling and that's the trailer like on my phone. I'm like, ow, you know what I mean? So like imagine in the theater with the color, it just like looks so good. The music's gonna be good. Like
because like I wasn't really on the whole, because there's been this whole train of Marvel movies don't look very good. I was never really on that train.
Not really.
I still feel like people kind of overblow how bad they look. I wasn't even like entertaining that idea until, ironically, the first trailer for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness dropped, which ironically was at the end of Spider-Man No Way Home, and was like, wow, this trailer for a different movie visually kind of looks better than the movie I just watched. Not that No Way Home looks bad, but like this movie pops. No Way Home didn't pop as much.
It looks visually stunning, just like oh my gosh, like.
And then I feel like Moon Knight is also kind of just making things look visually interesting as well. And then this movie also just looks amazing. And yeah,
I'm really excited about this movie. Already was completely, but like, yeah.
I never had any doubts considering the first trailer didn't drop until now. 80 some days before the movie comes out. We're just now getting a trailer for it.
Right before Doctor Strange, as predicted.
Mm-hmm. We said that last week. But yeah, Jane Foster Thor looks just as good as I expected. It looks like Mjolnir reconstructed.
Right, like the pieces got put back together. That's cool. She kind of, she kind of a little bit got a little small there. Not huge, but you're like, okay. Natalie Portman definitely put the work in. So
I personally would be satisfied. We haven't even seen the main villain yet, but I personally would be satisfied with getting no other trailer. That's
the thing. I'm sold already, but I nothing in the trailer was really seen that was not completely expected. It's just how it was going to be visualized. But it's I don't really need to be convinced with this movie. It's we're doing another Thor movie. Thor Ragnarok was awesome. You know what I mean? So let's go. Keep the mostly the same team guy and just run through it again. I'm for it. So I don't, like you said, I don't really need to see that trailer. We'll probably get one more just before, in June or something. But I'm sold already.
I do think it was very smart not showing Gore the God Butcher in this trailer, because I feel focusing on just presenting to us this movie is about Thor's new journey. It's him kind of figuring out who he is. I feel like throwing in the villain is Gore the God Butcher, he's trying to kill him or whatever. I think that would have kind of muddy what they were going for with this teaser trailer. So I think
the vibe
having a Jane tease at the end, that was all you needed. We don't need anything else. That's good.
Yeah, definitely. And this was definitely more of a happy-go-lucky, on my way journey kind of vibe trailer. So kind of just popping the villain in there. I feel like that definitely needs to be a more serious trailer. And I feel like they're gonna have that second one be more villain oriented. Or just not show the villain at all.
Because I fully predict all the gods of Olympus, including Zeus and everyone else we saw, they're all dead. All of them are getting got. Sorry, Russell Crowe, but they're not introducing a new pantheon of gods, and then also introducing Gore the God Butcher and not having him butcher a few gods.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
Yeah.
Definitely. This movie's gonna be awesome. Very excited.
Yes. Unfortunately, not everything in the superhero movie sphere is as exciting as that news. My personal number one anticipated thing of this year, Across the Spider-Verse Part 1, has been delayed well out of this year into June of 2023.
Yeah. I was actually at work when I found this out, and I was like, oh no! In my cubicle. They're like, oh no, what happened? Is it a breach? No, I just, it's a me thing. Sorry. This was not good. This is, I mean, yes, take the time to make this movie as grand as possible, but I really wanted this movie this year.
No, look, here's the thing. Am I upset this movie isn't coming out as soon as we were hoping? Yes, granted, it actually should have come out last week. I think it was originally going to be April 5th, 2022 or something like that.
That is right.
April, I think it was original day was April 8th, 2022.
It was April something. Yeah, that is, dude, I forgot about that. Yo, it is 2022. Gosh.
Yeah.
Continue.
It got delayed till October. And I was like, that's fine. Take the time you need. I can wait.
Right? Just other movies.
It's other movies. That's fine. Then now that it's gotten delayed again, it's one of here is the distinct difference between something like Across the Spider-Verse getting delayed and something like The Flash getting delayed. Absolutely. I have no doubt in my mind that Across Spider-Verse is going to be a top 5 movie of all time. Like Into the Spider-Verse is already my favorite superhero movie, period. Like it is fantastic.
Perfect.
Across Spider-Verse looks like it's just going to be more of that.
Yep.
So if it's just a thing where it's like, we need time to just finish the movie, like, or if it's like, we have more ideas we want to throw in there, maybe they want to like do development on 1 and 2 at the same time. So that's just how it happened. Take the time you need to perfect that movie to make it as perfect as it can possibly be. The Flash doesn't have a lot going for it.
Well, it doesn't help that, the title character is kind of having issues.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Again.
Which is actually kind of funny that I bring up both those movies because now both The Flash and Across the Spider-Verse are coming out in June of next year. So we'll see which one does better.
We'll see which one actually comes out.
Yeah, they're going to be both going to be multiverse stories in their respective universes. So that's going to be kind of an interesting parallel. But yeah, The Flash is clearly getting delayed because they don't know what that movie is yet. They don't know, like, yes, there was that teaser trailer, but I don't even know if anything from that teaser is actually going to be in the movie.
Totally not.
Probably gotten 3 reshoots since that trailer happened. Like, probably added characters, taken away characters. Like, it's a mess. Yeah, and like you said, Ezra Miller having issues, we'll say, isn't helping.
No, not helping. I'm sure Warner Brothers is like, bro, like, I'm feeling like it's hard, because like in this movie, like it's hard enough going through 3 directors and multiple pushbacks again and again and again, and reshoots and this and that and that. It's like, yeah, like that. I'm sure that doesn't help either. Like the fact that Black Adam is going to happen before the Flash is wild to me. Like,
yeah.
Wow.
Like just think of just how many Marvel movies have been announced, filmed, and released since The Flash was originally pitched. Like The Flash was announced as a movie back in 2016.
16? Yeah, that was like, that was like, since Marvel timeline, that's like Civil War. So like
that there's been an entire phase of Marvel stuff because Civil War kicked off phase 3, I think. Yeah. So we've had an entire phase plus some of Marvel stuff since then. And the DC universe is still trying to figure out what it's doing.
I mean, at this point, just kind of like, just don't. Like, I feel like this movie is doomed. Like, granted, the premise of doing Flashpoint without an established universe to begin with is already not really that solid, but
they did, though. They had all the characters and they had the world like enough to work with. They easily could have had a movie with Thomas Wayne, Martha Wayne, Deathstroke, Martian, Lex Luthor, Black Manta, etc. Wonder Woman doing Cyborg even. Like they had all the characters that are pivotal to the Flashpoint comics right there. All the actors were ready to go. They were just like, nah, we're just gonna do kind of Flashpoint, but also bring in a second Batman. What? Okay, whatever.
I don't know. I mean, I don't. But like since then, so much happened because it was like, wait, we don't have Batman anymore. Wait, we don't have Superman. Wait, we do have Superman, but we're not gonna what I mean? Like there was so all this stuff, and now we have a whole other Batman now. So it's like I don't even know if this is what I mean. So it's like, is this gonna be about Ben Affleck Batman? Is this gonna connect to the Robert Pattinson? Like what are we doing? And like there's no clarity.
And originally, this movie was going to springboard into Batgirl having Michael Keaton Batman kind of be her mentor. with Michael Keaton originally showing up in The Flash and then kind of like going from there. But now Michael Keaton is going to first show up in Batgirl with Commissioner Gordon still be played by J.K. Simmons, despite that not being his Gordon.
I don't know. At this point,
I'm sure
like, to be fair, it's been long enough that I don't think people are gonna be annoyed with the continuity. No.
So, but like, are they still gonna do a thing where it's like in Batgirl, Batman is just Michael Keaton now, but then in Flash next June, half a year after Batgirl comes out, they're just like, they make it a big deal that Michael Keaton is back as Batman, and like, at the end of that movie, it's like, oh, I'm Batman in this universe now, but you already were in a previous movie.
Well, yeah, they're gonna have to change that if he does that, because there's no way to. Yeah, I have no idea. Well, that's probably why they have to do all these reshoots, because it's like, okay, these movies are coming out in a different order now. That whole scene we had where this, that, and that doesn't work anymore, so we got to change this entire plot point and all that. So who knows?
Yeah, it's almost like trying to plan your entire, multiverse concept around a movie that wasn't a surefire thing wasn't the best idea. Whereas stuff like Marvel, they knew that WandaVision, Loki, and Multiverse of Madness and Spider-Man and all that, they knew that those were actually going to come out in a reasonable amount of time. So like,
I don't know. And the thing is, even when stuff does get delayed, like, with COVID, everything getting delayed, or, with things with like, random occurrences you can't plan for, like with Black Panther 2. So like, you know what I mean? Like, they're still able to maneuver and finagle out, because you've written them with the liberty to, like, as long as you, because wasn't it Black Widow was supposed to come out before Falcon and Winter Soldier, right?
Yes.
And then it was like that was gonna be the introduction to Julie Louis-Dreyfus' character, which I totally forgot the character's name.
Val,
that's right.
Val,
I don't know why I wanted to say like something completely not that. But like, yeah, Val, but like, it doesn't feel weird. Like, I feel like they made it so that like, if either way, it doesn't feel like a weird interaction that like, it's out of order. It's kind of the reveals are kind of the same, if not.
If anything, I feel like maybe they kind of reshot the scene because Black Widow didn't come out first, but like, I feel like the reveal in Falcon and Winter Soldier was like presented as a bigger deal.
Yeah.
So like, I'm perfectly fine with that. So her just like showing up like she did in Black Widow made sense.
Yeah, just kind of like, oh, she's just here. Cool. What does she do yet? We still don't know, but it's cool.
Yep.
Yeah, but just being able to like kind of have like, I guess, interchangeable parts to some extent in your universe really helps. Like, obviously you can't have, big stuff out of order, but like the little thing, like, or even kind of how the movies after Civil War up to Infinity War could kind of be watched in any order, more or less. So, like, you can watch Black Panther, Spider-Man, Homecoming, or Thor Ragnarok basically in any order. I mean, it's probably Thor Ragnarok last usually, but even if it wasn't, it doesn't really matter. So,
right.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I have no doubts in my mind that Across the Spider-Verse, it getting delayed, I'm not worried about that. I'm not worried about its quality.
No.
They just decided they needed more time to polish it, and that is okay. I am disappointed because I wanted it, but like, it's gonna be a better movie, especially since they've already nailed down they're getting 2 of these at least.
Minimum.
Although, to kind of sweeten the deal, I guess they did also go ahead and announce that the Madam Web movie they confirmed the release date of July 7th, 2023. So I don't know why they're releasing 2 big superhero Spider-Man related movies like a month apart. especially since Madam Web as a character works so well in the Miles Morales multiverse story. You could easily fit that in perfectly, but no, she's got to be her own live action thing because live action is better or whatever.
I mean, and I guess it makes more money, so I kind of see the point, but like, I don't see this.
Clearly, like, Into the Spider-Verse is making way more money than Morbius.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, okay, not always, but I mean, that's not fair.
I also do really hope that they're not delaying Across the Spider-Verse because of Morbius. I hope that's not what they took away from that. I hope it's not. I don't
think so. Because I feel like that's more a reflection on the Venomverse, I guess, than like just Sony in general.
Right.
But I mean, it's possible, but I feel like if anything, it's just, they either wanted, further enhance, something, or they had an idea of like, hey, this would be even cooler, but like, it's going to take a lot longer to do it. It's like, is it worth it? You look over the guy's like, all right, let's do it. Like, so like,
yep.
I think it'll be all right.
Yeah, like we said, the only real movie they'll be competing with next June will be The Flash, maybe.
If The Flash comes out then.
Because as far as we know, there's no big Marvel movie in June. There hardly ever is any Marvel movies in June. Usually either May, July.
Well, it's usually May, so they wait till like, July. They usually give it enough of a gap so they're not competing with themselves.
Yeah, unlike Sony, who releases 2 Spider-Man things right next to each other. And also Kraven the Hunter in January. They're still committing to that one. Okay.
I don't know, man. After Morbius, it's like, well, I mean, I guess we'll see. Kraven the Hunter does any better, but I don't really see that going.
I don't know. Have you seen Morbius yet?
I'm actually going to see it tomorrow, apparently.
Cool.
So
okay.
Yeah, I be fully prepared next podcast for me to just like share my feelings, I'll say.
Okay.
So that'll be fun.
I have a feeling it's gonna be one of those movies where like you actually don't really have a lot to say about it because it's so bland. I just have a feeling you're not gonna have a lot to say about it, but we'll see.
I mean, we've talked a lot about this movie going in, so I feel like I need to say enough and like, what I did like, what I don't like, etc. Because like, we do give, granted, a lot of times it is deserved, but we do give a lot of crap to certain movies. So it's like, I want to give it a fair shake, so to speak, even though I'm pretty sure I already know this is exactly how this is going to go. But you know what I mean? We got to, you got to see it through because you never know.
Yeah. But like, maybe going back just a little bit, maybe it is just because I like Thor as a character, and I'm, obviously I know that the Marvel Universe produces good stuff, so like maybe just more primed to like those trailers better. But like, just remembering back to the first Morbius trailer, I didn't like a second of that trailer. The song depressed me. The acting I didn't love. I didn't like Morbius as a main character. The supporting cast drew me, like, didn't look good. Like visually, it didn't look very good to look at. Whereas Thor, the exact opposite. so
yeah. I will say I do like the score of the Morbius trailer, like the do. Like I kind of like that. I thought it was kind of okay. But like, as far as what's actually like going on in the trailer, I'm like, this is like wannabe zombie, like not zombie, wannabe vampire, like scary. Like I don't really get what it's going for, and maybe I have to just see the movie, but it feels like one of those movies that's trying to be like 3 things, and all of them it's going to do a poor job at, and I'm just going to be like, and it's going to like try to make you care about a character that's clearly the bad guy. So it's like, oh, but he just misunderstood. I'm like, I don't care. He just ate a guy or something. You know what I mean? Like,
it's fine because there's a bigger, grayer vampire who's also around that they're gonna fight at the end, and then yay, our vampire won.
Probably gonna happen. That's kind of my thing. Like I'm like, we don't know who the villain is, so I just assume it's going to be him, but like slightly worse, so it justifies
Yeah.
everything he's done.
Mm-hmm.
A la Venom, but
Yeah.
never seen that one before. But to be fair,
Yes.
that's a lot of Marvel movies too. But
Not so much anymore, but there was a while where that was
there
like
was,
the
yeah,
only
like
thing.
that, like yeah, that ever since like
I mean, Iron Man 1 did, then Incredible Hulk,
right.
and
Well,
also
Hulk's
and
kind
Iron
of
Man
like
2.
well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, I didn't start noticing the pattern until like Iron Man 2. Then I was kind of like, are they doing this again? And
Yeah.
then, and then it keeps going and
And then
keeps
Winter Soldier,
going.
which I accept that one. That
Yeah,
was
that
fine.
one's fair. That one's fair. But like,
But
yeah, but then it's like
Ant-Man,
Ant-Man, and you're like, oh my gosh. And then Black Panther, you're like, oh my
we're
gosh.
still doing this.
I read like no, like I and again, I really what I mean. And even when you really like the characters, like Killmonger, it's still like y'all are just doing the same thing. Like you know what I mean? And
Mhm.
I feel bad because it's just
I
like
yeah, I think it didn't help that like around the same time we also got Venom 1 and Man of Steel and Logan, which the villain of that is basically another Wolverine. Like, which not to say, obviously those movies are varying quality, but like it's still the same basic trope. So it just kind of got tiring.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It's kind of just like yeah, like it's like the same. Who are you? I'm you, but stronger. Like was every movie for like a solid 5 to 10 years span.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it definitely got old, but yeah, I think now it's been enough time. I think especially with like the whole like Thanos and everything was enough time to be like, okay, cool. He's not like a copy. He's just bigger than everyone. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I think because again, like with this, like again, I'm not even sure who the villain of Mars will be. I don't know if it's gonna be like first of all, if it's just internal conflict the whole time, this is gonna be rough. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm very worried.
It's
That's what
only an
I'm
hour and a
scared
half.
of.
It might be a long hour and a half, but it's only an hour and a half.
I know it's only an hour and a half, but like I feel like I'm gonna feel like 30 minutes in, like, oh my gosh, we're only half an hour. You know what I mean? Like it's weird because like there are some movies that are like long movies that you're like, wow, we're already at the final scene. That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And some movies like 90 minutes, you're just like,
Yep.
whoo, like you know what I
I
mean? Just kind of
I'm
like,
going to affectionately call it the Dunstan checks in effect, where it's like we're
oh
20 minutes in, but
man,
it's like we've been here for an hour. It's
man,
only
I'm
20
not
minutes.
like I had to compartmentalize that in my brain. I forgot we watched that. That was, dude, that was wild, man. That movie was just like, it like made a point to continue to progressively anger you as you watched it because it was just not, everything was just not working. And it was just like, oh
Mm-hmm.
no. But yeah, eventually we will see how Morbius goes. Hopefully, I will have a movie rant or some kind, either positive or negative. Like if it is good, I will praise it 1000%. But if it's not, I'm sorry. We have to. We gotta give it its due. So
Mm-hmm.
again, this is a movie we thought from the get go was a poor choice because A, no one even knows who Morbius is. B, no Spider Man. Morbius is virtually pointless. So
Yep.
we'll see.
And they had several chances to just kind of quietly shelve it forever
Yep.
because it was come out March 2020. That didn't happen. It was come out June. That didn't happen. Like just like kept getting pushed and pushed and pushed
Well,
forever.
yeah, it's
They could
like
have just decided not to do it, but they
right
still released it.
because there's a lot of things that like especially when COVID was ramping up, like kind of just all right, we're just not doing that anymore, and just didn't make a scene, and just like okay,
It either never came out or went to Netflix or something and just
yeah, exactly, and like
got
dude, this could
forgotten.
have
Yeah.
easily just what, maybe this isn't a great idea, and no one would have been like, wait, wasn't there a Sony vampire movie supposed to come out? It's like, what are you talking about? I could have, nah, dude, I don't think that was
Mm-hmm.
real. Oh yeah, I think that was just, and then it just fades to them. But
Yep.
we'll see.
Because whole movies get filmed entirely, get to the editing floor, and then just are scrapped altogether all the time.
That is so
Like that
sad.
happens more than it
Right, you just don't hear about it because they don't come out. Like,
yeah.
I mean, dude, that would like, can you imagine that? Like being like the lead role in a movie, shooting a movie for like months, if not a year or something, and you get all the way to the end production, and it's like, you know what? Nah, we're going a different way. Like,
okay. Because so like I at this point I wouldn't be surprised
just,
if something like
staked my whole career on this role, but that's fine.
I wouldn't be surprised if something like that happens to the Flash movie at this point. Like, I don't know if there's anything they can do to really salvage it. Like I said, especially with, the main character being like, we don't know what Ezra Miller will do between now and, not to like, but we don't know.
There's a lot of time to mess things up again, as well as, just this movie seems to not know what's like. The universe this movie's taking place in is already currently kind of an unknown. So to have a flashpoint in an unknown universe just seems not really possible almost.
Yeah.
Like,
and especially since they've been gunning for Flashpoint as the first Flash movie since 2016. Like that was the pitch. We're gonna make Flashpoint. Why lead with that? That's what you either into trilogy or that's the whole Justice League. Like that's a thing. That's an event.
The whole thing. They're just like, nope, we're gonna start with that. And it's just like, no, we just got this universe. We're not gonna blow it up. Like, what do you mean? Like
it also, I feel like you really can't do Flashpoint justice without like the audience really understanding who Eobard Thawne is and why he hates Barry and like just like why he's doing what he's doing, when you can't just like introduce Reverse Flash and also have Flashpoint happen and also have all of that happen within the same movie. That doesn't work.
Right. I mean, you're not gonna have a long enough movie for all that. Plus, trying to just cram that in is not gonna work. And it's like, and again, I go back to the effect of Flashpoint doesn't really work if you don't understand how the world is already pre-Flashpoint. Because it's just kind of like, I don't know how different this is because I didn't really know what Flash's normal world was. We've only gotten one scene really of Flash kind of in his own city, kind of. So like, like how am I gonna know Flashpoint Central City from any other Central, or like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and especially if they do try to do a thing where like it is, let's just say it is like let's say Ben Affleck is in the first couple of minutes of the movie, and then Flashpoint or time multiverse manipulation stuff happens, and then at the end of the movie he comes back and Batman looks different now. It's like, oh, but Batman in our world has already looked different for over a year now because both the Matt Reeves one and also Batgirl had a different Batman. So are you just in a different, like, is this, I don't know. That's
right?
not strong enough
for
an image.
Is it connecting to one of these or is this his own thing? Like, what's going on? Yeah. And yeah, that's more confusing than it's worth, to be honest.
Yeah. Not to mention the main villain we've gotten in front of the trailer so far is just another Ezra Miller. Like that's your Flash villain.
I mean, you could argue he's his own worst enemy right now. So I mean,
that's true. That's maybe the studio knew before we did.
Right. Sometimes the producers know,
So I don't know. Apparently Warner Brothers is kind of going through a major restructuring anyway due to the Warner Bros. Discovery merger, and they're looking at a major overhaul of DC as a brand anyway. So that is still up in the air what exactly they're like thinking of doing. But hopefully what the new people establish is, hey, people like stuff like the Joker and the Batman. People want to see more unknown characters, but also want to see well-known characters like Superman done well. So let's just kind of do that. Doesn't seem that hard to me.
I Man, you would think so, but
Yeah.
clearly there's been difficulties. So
Yeah. Well, anyway, so all of that to say, I personally am not that. I'm surprised, but not really overall that upset that Across Spider-Verse is getting delayed. So, yeah. However, they did go ahead and announce that the wait between Across Spider-Verse Part 1 and Part 2 won't actually be that long because Part 2 is going to come out at the end of March 2023.
okay,
Only about
cool.
9 months in between two movies.
Okay, cool. That won't be so bad.
Yeah.
That's actually kind of short for like a part two of a movie series. I'm used to at least a year.
Yeah. I mean, it was originally going to be a year and a half, but it got just a little, yeah. It was originally going to be October, probably October to October-ish. Now it's June to March.
Works for
Yeah.
me.
That's fine. Yeah.
That'll work.
I'll
Yeah,
take
that's
it.
great.
Now it's
Takes
just going to be my most anticipated thing of next year, and that's okay.
Right? There's always another list. It'll be fine.
Yeah. So so this Minecraft movie has been in the works for longer. I swear it's been in the works for longer than that game has been relevant.
I mean, Minecraft's been going strong for a while.
I think this movie was originally pitched to come out in like 2018 originally, which I feel was already like, I mean, Minecraft has been relevant forever, but I feel like even 2018 was kind of pushing its like peak popularity already.
Yeah.
And yes, it is popular again, but it was never, I don't know. It just feels kind of weird to still be pushing for a Minecraft movie, like a live action Minecraft movie still is always a weird concept anyway.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I don't see that going well.
But the Minecraft movie, which has been in development, like I said, for a while, finally found his lead actor.
And you won't believe who it is.
Jason Momoa.
I'm not gonna lie, I saw that and I was just like, really?
No, my first thought was, wow, this would have been the one time where I would not have been surprised to see Oscar Isaac in this role. Like, imagine Oscar Isaac playing Steve. That's
right?
Perfect.
I was thinking, I don't know why. I was thinking Chris Pratt. I was like, I could see that. Like, that sounds like something Chris Pratt would do.
Sure. No.
He's doing every other movie.
Like, I mean, Jason Momoa also seems to be in everything. He was also in Dune along with Oscar Isaac. He's also going to be in Fast 10, which is just Fast X now. Why not?
It's fine. But, dude, yeah, this is interesting because it's just kind of like, all right, the Minecraft movie from like, yeah, we've been talking about forever, and Minecraft's kind of, I feel like a Minecraft movie would have been a bigger hit a while back, but I mean, hey, same deal with, everything else. I don't know, half these movies these days feel like they came out like 5 years too late. Because like, what was the one that recently came out that we were like, this movie feels like 5 years too late? It was something.
Oh no. Did it come out last year?
I don't know if it was last year, but I think it was relatively recently. And we were kind of just like this because it was a very popular topic or media or whatever it was, but it was like we were like, this was huge like 5 years ago. Why is it just now getting a movie? All right, this is gonna bug me. Hang on.
I'm having so many vague memories that are like almost they're like they're in there. I know it. I don't even know what to Google.
I'm saying. I'm just looking at movies and I'm like, what am I thinking of?
As soon as we go off there, I'll definitely think of it.
Okay, yeah. Sorry, tangent. Sorry, guys.
No,
But
I mean, yeah, yeah. So here's another reason why I feel like it's weird. It hasn't been confirmed that Jason Momoa will play the main character, but like he will star in it. But generally, your first casting announcements will be for the main character. So like at this point, I'm assuming he'll play Steve, or at least like the main character.
Yeah, and also it's Jason Momoa. Like, you know what I mean? Like, the only movie where he's not going to play a main character where there's like a ton of other A-list people like a Dune, or in this case Fast 10, I guess. So like yeah.
But like if Jason Momoa does play the main character, I feel that kind of ruins the whole aesthetic that Minecraft has going for it, where like I don't imagine a movie with Jason Momoa where Jason Momoa isn't talking and like, you know, making quips and like being just, you know, being Jason Momoa the entire time.
Yeah, no, I mean Jason Momoa is kind of in that category of he's gonna play himself in whatever movie he's in.
And that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine, but like that's what I'm expecting 100% now.
But I feel a Minecraft movie could be super interesting as like not a silent film, but it could. I feel a Minecraft movie could very easily pull off the silent protagonist, where like it's just very atmospheric. It's just like an hour and a half of just like watching a guy go through this world, just like trying to survive. There could be a very loose plot, but like mostly just him, you know, waking up one day in the middle of nowhere, you know, punching a tree, building supplies, finding a village, and then like, you know, going out. Even like you can go to the end or whatever, or I guess not the end of this movie because that'd probably be for the sequel, whatever. Like, or in like the big, you know, just like trying to survive the night, and then the very end of the movie is like a raid on the village he's cultivated. He fights them off into movie. I feel that's a very nice hour and a half, very atmospheric, that could be very interesting to watch. Preferably CG, but it has to be live action, whatever.
Right. And I mean, yeah, you know, you don't have to make it super count, but yeah, I don't know if that. I don't see us getting that kind of movie now.
No, unless Jason Momoa is the villain, but like, Minecraft doesn't really have villains outside of like a creeper, you know, like, you know, entities like that. There's no like person you can play who is like the villain of Minecraft, unless he plays the Ender Dragon, which doesn't really feel like that would make sense. So I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess we'll see, but I don't know. Like, I don't know. I mean, like, it's one of those things where it's just like, all right, you know, I mean, there's one moment like, I mean, we'll see, but I'm not sold.
I mean, I'm not sold on this movie existing in it at all.
Right. So it's like, it doesn't help.
Especially since they won't confirm if it'll be live action or CG. But if you're getting Jason Momoa, it's probably going to be live action. But I don't want a live action Minecraft movie because that's just life. So I don't know. Again, I'm sure they could make it work if people who actually care about Minecraft were making it, but I don't believe the studio. I don't even know what studio. I think it's Warner Brothers, maybe. I don't know. But whoever's making it, I don't think
it's probably going to be the classic thing where, oh man, people really like this. Let's take this, not give any heart to the source material, and do our own thing with what we think people like about it. And then it uncontrollably flops. Wow, I can't believe that flopped. It's like, I can.
It's not going to be like the first Sonic movie where like that wasn't a Sonic movie, but because Sonic was Sonic in that movie, the movie kind of like worked around him because him and Dr. Robotnik worked as their characters very well. It didn't matter that a lot of human characters were around. It didn't matter that they weren't in Green Hill Zone or whatever. Like it it has worked as a movie because the elements from the game that you liked were present enough that you were invested.
Right.
So they could just do that with Minecraft. You know, it could maybe work, but we'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm sure more information will come out about it before too long, but we'll see. Now, time to move on to Roll Call, a little game we like to play where we test each other's nerd knowledge on various topics. I will start by asking you, how many Jedi can you name?
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, so we've got Yoda, we've got Obi-Wan, we've got Anakin Skywalker, there's Luke Skywalker, there's Ahsoka Tano, there's Mace Windu, Plo Koon, Qui-Gon Jinn, Kit Fisto. I know there's like a billion more. Hang on, going through Clone Wars people that I can think of the top of my head. Oh, Adi Gallia, that's one. Yaddle, that's another one. What is? Oh, what's Kiri Mundi. That's yeah.
I
was doing the stupid head thing. Let's see who else. East Koth, Syndralin, Psycho Diaz.
Fair enough.
Yeah, right? I'm like, yeah, like sure, why not?
Israel.
Technically, I guess. Like,
there's 3 more I'm thinking of that you haven't named.
3 more. Oh, Luminarum, Dooley, Barris, Offie.
Still 3 more that I'm thinking of.
Probably. I was probably one of it. Oh, man. I know there's some obvious ones probably. Oh, Aya Sakura, there's one.
There it is.
Okay. Who else am I missing? I got nothing. That's all I got.
You're tapped. There are no more significant.
There probably are,
Jedi
but I can't.
Okay. Well, the other
count?
2 that I was,
Does Leia count?
Yeah.
Right. That's what I was thinking too.
Sure.
Right. So I was like, I don't know if that counts or not, but like.
I was thinking Rey.
Oh, nah. You know I wasn't thinking that. Nah, no disrespect. No, that is an obvious one I should have thought. So.
And Shak Ti is the other one.
Shak Ti, that's a good. Okay, yeah, that one I probably should have known. I like how I named Syndralin, but I didn't name Shak Ti. Like, come on.
There were like 5 of those. I'm like, I've never heard these names.
Yeah, no, dude, like, it's literally like either some video game from like years ago or like some random book I had growing up where I'm like, oh, there's a Jedi, whatever. And then like Rey, and I'm like, oh yeah, that also exists.
Right. Oh, Cal Kestis.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean, anyone from Rebels. I didn't name either of that.
Caden.
Can you tell I've never seen Rebels? Something? Yeah, Ezra Bridger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can you tell I haven't seen Rebels? Because
yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I would have accepted Grogu.
Grogu, yeah, I guess Grogu does count. I feel bad, but I don't totally feel bad just because
the animation is too jarring. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't think
if they just remade, if they remade Rebels in the same art style of season 7 of Clone Wars, I would be into it.
Or but it's like it throws me off because like certain characters, like it looks way too Play-Doh-y and like they said, I have heard everyone tells me it gets better, and I believe them. But also,
I don't like the character. I don't care if the characters get better. I have to deal with them for like 2 seasons.
Well, that's the thing, because it's kind of like people are like, well, you did like Ahsoka. I'm like, yeah, but Ahsoka wasn't the only character. Like,
I liked Anakin, I liked Obi-Wan, I liked all
yes,
the droids, I liked all the clones.
all
Like
the clones are awesome. Like, yeah, like, and it's like, yeah, and like, Ahsoka like being kind of ready works when everyone else is kind of cool because it kind of shows she's kind of out of her element as a child, and also has she's room to improve. Versus here when everyone's kind of like I don't know. I just maybe I should just start at like season 2. I don't know. I'm thinking
maybe
about it. Because I feel like I know enough about how it starts that I don't need to see the first season. But I don't know.
Yeah. Okay. Got any for me?
Oh yeah. Okay. So this one is interesting because I thought it was interesting. But how many different planets from the DC universe that can you name?
Oh. Okay. Earth. Mars.
Obviously.
New Genesis.
Boom.
Apocalypse.
There it is.
Tamarania, I guess.
Yeah. Tamaran. I think Tamaran. But yeah.
Tamaran, yeah. Krypton.
Yep.
Be embarrassed if I didn't get that one. Oa? Oa, yeah. Other random aliens. What is Hawk Girl? What is she?
You know this. You got this.
Is there? I know it.
I know.
Does it start with a T? Does it start with a T?
Yes. Yes, it does.
Thanagar?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Okay.
Yes. Nicely done.
Okay. I think I'm done.
Okay, that was good. I didn't know if you were gonna get that. I was like, oh, are we gonna get it? But that's a good one. The other one's thinking of is I know Mogu, the like living planet, Green Lantern.
I thought Oa was living planet.
Oh no, okay, no. So Oa is like the Green Lantern homeworld, and then like the Mogu's the planet thing, and then the War World was another one.
Oh,
and that which I'm like that kind of counts as a world. And I also Ran. I don't know if we've ever been to Ran, but I always hear about Ran all the time in DC with like
that is that like if they ever just need to like throw out a planet in Young Justice, that was
it's kind of like just the throwaway. Hey, we need Superman to not be in this episode. Okay, Superman's on Ran. You know what I mean? Like
or it's like Bialia, where it's like, oh yeah, half the team's over in Bialia,
so right? Or like Cosney or some other made up. You know what I mean? Yeah, some country we're just like, we're just gonna make that any country ever. So just like, they have problems for some reason. Like, you know what country we're totally not saying this is. But no, that was good though. That was good.
Yeah. If you asked about Marvel, I couldn't even speak.
Oh, dude, I'll be honest. The only other planet is like, I don't even know. First of all, some. I forget what it's called. Asgard. Is Asgard a planet or is that just a place?
No, I don't know. I know the 9 realms are basically 9 different planets, but like, are they?
But are they though?
Like, if you, like, I know the Asgardians got on a ship and like went out into space to the point where the Guardians of the Galaxy were able to find them, but like. Is it I don't know. I don't know if it's an actual
That's
planet
what I
or
was
if it's like a
saying.
plane of existence. I don't know.
I have no idea. But
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. I thought I had another one, but I didn't write it down. So I forgot what it was. Okay. If you have a second one you want to throw at me, I'll take it.
I didn't have one planned. Let me see if I can think of one really quick. Oh. You know what? We'll wait, and then we'll go. Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Right.
We'll wait.
Nope. I lost it. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. So, is there anything else from this week you want to bring up or discuss before we sign off?
Nope. That's all I got.
Okay. Yeah. Next week I'll be looking forward to potentially hearing your Morbius thoughts if you have any.
I mean, I'm sure I will. Like, I'm not just gonna be like it happened. Like, I'm going to say, like, I'm going to talk about it because, again, we've been talking about it up to this, whether it be positively or not so much, but we have talked about it a lot, and also it needs to be. It has to be given its fair due. I need to say what I like, what I don't like, and what is kind of mid. So whatever, but
yeah. Don't pull a Venom 2 and stay through the credits.
Okay, noted. I still can't believe I did.
Just in case.
Well, it's so funny because usually we always favor the credits. So I was like, it's just Venom. It's probably gonna be like Morbius teaser or something. I'm not staying for the credits. Misses the everyone, and then my friend's like, "You said we were." He's like, and I quote, "Nothing's gonna matter. It's not connected to anything."
For the record, it didn't really.
but we didn't know that at the time.
For the record, you could have missed the after credit scene of both Venom 2 and Spider-Man No Way Home and not missed anything.
Yes, 100%.
Like, even if you do miss both of those and a Venom symbiote does show up in Spider-Man 5, it's like, oh, I guess that just happened. That's right. You can just rationalize that. It's like, you don't have to.
Like,
that is that.
You know what I mean? Because where'd the symbiote come from last time? You know what I mean? He just kind of shows up in the movie. So who cares?
Yeah.
Wait, where did the symbiote come from in Spider-Man 3?
It just crash landed, I think. Just fell from the sky.
Yeah, it just came from the sky, right?
Yeah, which is normal, I think.
Right, that's what I was thinking. So I was like, it doesn't really matter where it comes. Because I know in the animated series, it's off of Jameson's son's spaceship or something.
Yes,
the whole thing. But I don't think because wasn't Colonel Jameson a character in Spider-Man 2? Is that connected or am I just
that's the person that Mary Jane was trying to marry, but then didn't.
That is right. Mary Jane. That's right, man. That's what Mary. I was peak Mary Jane being a problem. That's right. But anyway, we won't go down that rabbit hole. That's a whole you later.
Instead, we've had this right before. I'm gonna have it again. I'm not gonna marry you, but instead, I'm gonna marry the boss who you hate's son. And then, as soon as you become vulnerable,
and I'm like.
I'm gonna drop you again for your best friend.
And I feel so bad because Mary Jane was an ultimate plot device, but it was so weird. It was just how do you go from here to here to here to back with people? No, no, what is this? And it was so funny because she was always you weren't there for me. It's people were going to die. It's so, I don't know. It's the Invincible thing all over again, where it's I can't believe you weren't there for me. It's we would have all died if I had just stayed.
I can't believe you ran. So you literally already knew I was invincible, yet you're mad that I changed costumes and saved the entire campus from this evil cyborg,
including his best friend, who was this close to getting his head ripped off. Dude, seriously. Oh my gosh. I know that still hasn't been announced, but like I am really hoping that it comes out that Amber actually didn't know. She was just trying to sound smart because there's no way.
No way.
There's no way.
Like the only reason Mark knew was because he's been Mark's childhood. The only reason his friend, what's his friend's name?
Oh gosh. Oh no, I'm forgetting his friend's name.
Will?
Will, I think it is Will.
Will?
Maybe it's Will?
Will? Yeah.
I don't remember. I legitimately don't
William,
remember.
Yeah. So the only reason Will knows is because he's been Mark's childhood friend, so he is more prone to recognizing the bottom of his face. Like that's the only you gotta get a close enough look. Oh, I recognize that chin, face, and eyes.
And he was like Mark. Point blank too. Like he wasn't like he was right in front of him. Like he he was right there. So like there's no way. You know what I mean? There's no way he would have missed him.
Yeah. But like maybe Amber could extrapolate like he might be a superhero. These excuses are terrible. He's late for everything. Maybe he is a superhero, but you would never guess. I knew you were invincible. No, that's not.
No, that's not. That's not a thing. Granted, he doesn't disguise.
If you didn't know Adam was Adam, if you didn't know that Eve was Adam Eve, you didn't know he was invincible. No.
Or that his dad was freaking Omni-Man, who wears no disguise, by the way. Neither of these people wear. And again, it's not just like, oh wow, he flies around. Like the man's on TV giving eulogies in front of the whole world on in 4K. So like if you don't see him there, you just weren't gonna see him. Like you know what I mean? Which I'm still kind of like that's baffling to me. But like yeah, but Invince, yeah. But no, great show. Hopefully that season 2 comes sooner rather than later. But
yeah, I know they started recording the voiceover kind of recently.
Okay.
So that may probably not end of this year, but there's a decent chance kind of soon. So relative to now.
I like the show a lot, and like it's been so long, I legitimately forgot how excited about the show I was.
Yep. I watched it through again recently. It's good. Still very good.
It's still. I'm gonna have to rewatch it. It's been a while.
All the parts I liked, I still really liked. All the parts I had issues with, I still did. But like,
still have issues because right. You deal right.
Yeah, it's fine.
Look at the show.
Yeah. Anything else?
That's all I got.
Okay. So with that, we'll see you all next time.
Take care, everyone.